Biden, Biden, you can't hide. Biden, Biden, you can't hide.
He is another member of the 3 Puerto Rican imams, and he is the imam at the Respect Masjid. So please make some noise for Imam Yusuf Rios.
Assalamu alaikum. We ask Allah Ta'ala to remove any doubt and fear that we have in our hearts. That's the first. I'm not going to talk long. I'm going to say this. There's a difference between us organizing ourselves and us mobilizing ourselves. Right now, we're just showing up to scream. Right now, we're showing up for support. And we believe that it has an impact. There's thousands of people all across the world with you, even though we seem small in number here. But what we want from you is this Friday to show up at IECPA at 5 o'clock. We're going to have AMP there. We're going. On the other side is that as Muslims, we just don't come out and rally. What we do as Muslims is we ask Allah Ta'ala. As Muslims, we increase our worship. As Muslims, we increase our iman. That's important to sustain ourselves in this. We have those that are on social media. You see what's happening. We have social media blackouts. We have people's pages being canceled out. That's why we need everybody to continuously share, to ask them to come and support us in this process. We're just going to close out with a dua. We ask Allah Ta'ala, who is the master of the universe, the master of all of the creation, the master of life and death. We ask Allah Ta'ala to aid the people of Palestine and all of the oppressed in the world. Say Ameen. Amen. We ask Allah Ta'ala to fortify our hearts. We ask Allah Ta'ala to make us from that small group which overpowers that large group, even though they threaten us with fear. We ask Allah Ta'ala to change the hearts of these politicians so their policies are not supporting genocide with our tax dollars. We ask Allah Ta'ala to make us courageous. We ask Allah Ta'ala to shift the opinion towards the side of those that are oppressed. We ask Allah Ta'ala to put an end to this oppression, an end to this war. And we ask Allah Ta'ala most of all to accept our children and all of the innocent that have died. We ask Allah to free all of those that are in prison. We ask Allah Ta'ala to strengthen our community. We ask Allah Ta'ala to infuse our hearts with hope, our hearts with joy and hope, so that we never despair at what it is that we see. We ask Allah Ta'ala to allow us to die in the state of Islam and to support His people. And we ask Allah Ta'ala to be a people of good intention. And we ask Allah Ta'ala to ease our hearts, to ease the pain that all of our community is suffering at this moment. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim fil alamin innaka hamidum majid.
Just your attention for a second. Thank you so much for coming here. Our numbers are growing by the day in every town, in every city, in every capital of the world. They are trying to silence us, but we will not be silenced. We will not be silenced for the genocide that's being committed by your tax dollars. Yeah! For those who we elected to office and they betrayed us. Yeah! From the president to the governor to the congresswoman. And I know voting probably is the last thing in your mind now. All of our friends that we have been trying to justify our existence for the last 40 years, none of them is here with us. They come to eat your food, take picture with us, take our money, go away, and give us the middle finger when we need them. We are gonna hold them accountable. Shame on all of them. But we also need to be fair. There is one person among us today who most likely is committing political suicide. He's with us today here. His name is John Irons. Right here, John, raise your hand. Raise your hand, John. Raise your hand, John. This is not a popular thing. You know, Palestine has always been the defining factor if you stand with oppression or not. He's standing against oppression today here. So my request of you is this. I know voting probably is the last thing in your mind today, but if anything, send a blank ballot but vote for John Iron. He's running for Lehigh County Commissioner. John Iron. We need, and let's make sure we get him over the line. Don't vote for anything else. Don't dilute your vote. We are gonna stand with people who are not ashamed, who are not scared to be with us and say, we deserve to live. Thank you, John Iron. Free, free!
Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Today, and guess who didn't show up? The press. The press, it has blood on their hands as much as the U.S. government. So this is what I'm asking y'all to do. During this, take out your phones, post. Keep on posting. They will not silence us with their propaganda and the crap they post online, making us look like that we're the ones at fault here. I need everyone to post today. Amplify the people of Gaza. Keep pushing. We're not going to be silenced by the media. They are not going to get us to shut up. We will stand up and we will fight back against this. An ally to you. I wanted to read something. I am also a poet. Woo. Woo. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So it's something that I wrote that they asked me to read, and I'm very honored to read today. X had written about the Zionist logic and that the Black Panthers, Angela Davis, and all of the people, the pioneers of our time had written that we will not be free as African Americans until Palestine was free. Because we are here with you. We are with you. We are allies for you. All right, here we go. This is titled Ancestors. Our hearts have been intertwined through suffering, and the oppressor has created a system to erase us. We are born with a calling to rebuild and rebel. Martyrdom was not the goal, but it has become normalized. Our children did not choose death. The oppressor chose it for them, creating martyrs as young as the unborn. Our freedom fighters realize that death is a possibility. We cannot speak of freedom without the acceptance that we may not live to see it. We can pray that those after us will experience it. From Africa to Palestine, our ancestors watch us. They see us. They hold each other in times of need, celebration, and rebellion. I have dreamt of them gazing down upon us with smiles and tears of pride, holding each other in Jannah, saying they will be the ones to free us, to have their souls rest, and our minds to be free, for future generations to know peace, a dream to step on our land and have it returned to us. From the diamonds in the soil of Africa to the olive trees stretched through Palestine, from the river to the sea, oppression will cease to be. Free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! We are doing genocide! Don't you cry? Palestine will never die! Louder! Don't you cry? End the siege on Gaza now!
End the siege on Gaza now!
Israel, stop the slaughter!
Israel, stop the slaughter!
Israel, stop the slaughter!
Israel, stop the slaughter!
Gaza must have food and water!
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 Gaza, don't you cry!
Gaza, don't you cry!
Gaza, don't you cry!
Gaza, don't you cry!
Palestine will never die!
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 Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Come on, Allentown, louder! Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Occupation is a crime!
Occupation is a crime!
Occupation is a crime!
Occupation is a crime!
From the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free!
Palestinian children and the Palestinian people that are being killed by Israel. But a few weeks ago, she stood next to Israel and endorsed them and said she stands by them. We vote for her. Our tax money goes to her for her to be employed. So if Susan Wild is listening, I'm sure she sees all our videos. If you do not stand with us, you are against us, and we will make sure you will never get elected again. We will make sure that you are not in office. Our money will not go to kill our children. I hope when Susan Wild sleeps at night, she hears the cries of the children in Gaza. I hope she hears the women crying over their children. You cannot stand with genocide. We cannot endorse genocide, and we cannot have our elected officials endorse genocide. That includes Bob Casey and John Fetterman and this woman right here, Susan Wild, who says she's a Democrat and she's for the people. But all I've seen is that she endorses the killing of Gaza, of the people of Gaza and the children of Gaza. Tag her on social media. Let it be known that we do not stand with her. The Arab community, the Muslim community, the Christian community, and I know there's some Jewish people here that support us too. They will vote her out. We will make sure of it. I will knock on every single door in Allentown to make sure she will never get elected again, because she did not stand by us and she does not represent the people. She is not us. Vote her out! 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 فلسطين عربية! فلسطين عربية! فلسطين عربية! فلسطين عربية! من المية للمية! من المية للمية! فلسطين عربية! فلسطين عربية! فلسطين عربية! فلسطين عربية! فلسطين عربية! فلسطين عربية! Viva Viva Palestina! Viva Viva Palestina! Viva Viva Palestina! Viva Viva Palestina! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! من المية للمية! من المية للمية! فلسطين عربية! فلسطين عربية! Everywhere we go! Everywhere we go! People wanna know! People wanna know! Who we are! Who we are! So we tell them! So we tell them! We are Palestine! We are Palestine! How many crimes did you commit today? How many crimes did you commit today? Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
A people united will never be defeated.
And if we don't get it, we don't get it. We don't get it. Gaza, Gaza. Don't you cry. Gaza, Gaza, 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 don't you cry. Palestine will never die. Palestine will never die. Palestine will never die. Palestine will never die. Israel, Israel, stop the slaughter. 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 Gaza must have food and water. 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 Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. I can't hear you. I want to hear your voices, Allentown. Come on. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine.
Occupation!
Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Occupation is a crime. Occupation is a crime. Free, free Gaza. Free, free Gaza. Free, free Gaza. Free, free Gaza. من المياه للمياه. من المياه للمياه. من المياه للمياه. من المياه للمياه. فلسطين عربية. فلسطين عربية. فلسطين عربية. فلسطين عربية. Don't you cry.
Let's walk, let's walk.
Free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! من المياه للمياه! من المياه للمياه! فلسطين عربية! فلسطين عربية! من المياه للمياه! من المياه للمياه! فلسطين عربية! فلسطين عربية!
Genocide! We pay Israel $150 billion to kill children! Vote that Think about that next time you're voting. Your tax dollars that they can't spend in America are being funded to kill the people of Gaza.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Israel, stop the slaughter! Netanyahu, you can't hide! Netanyahu, you can't hide!
Netanyahu, you can't hide!
We charge you with genocide!
We charge you with genocide!
From the river to the
If we don't get it, shut it down!
Alright, to the people watching in the Palestine.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Billion dollars, tax dollars, boom.
Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Repeat after her. You heard her.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry! Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry! Palestine will never die! Palestine will never die! Gaza, 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 Gaza!
Listen to our beautiful children's voices. Only hum. All the people.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free
But just like we're rallying, we need to mourn the dead as well. And I wanted to read a few words. Listen up, everybody. Listen up. Listen up. I wanted to amplify the voices of the people in Gaza. And I wanted to read an OBGYN's last words. Her name is Dr. Aya. She recorded this before her residential building got bombed and killed her family. She wrote,
I just want to record this so my feelings can be documented for later. I am certain that we won't survive this. The current state around us is scary, very scary. We can hear the sound of the planes above us, the sounds of the airstrikes far and near. We are hearing the sound of the impact of the explosions. The whole air is filled with dust. Dust that suffocates us. It's the dust from bombings. If I get to go back and recall these days, if I ever survive and live through it, I will allow myself to cry. I can't cry now. I don't have the urge to cry. We are just sitting in a state of anticipation, but we will cry a lot on the day that we have our freedom. We will cry a lot. Allah yarhamha, Allah yarham her family, and Allah yarham all the people in Gaza that have died. And the United States has blood on their hands. Israel has blood on their hands. And anybody that supports Israel or supports the funding of this genocide has blood on their hands. They will not censor us. They will not stop us. We will continue to rally. To the youth, this is your movement. To the youth, this is your movement. We will pass this down to you, and we will keep going until Palestine is free, until every Palestinian is free.
She said, listen closely. If Allah lifted the veil for you just 10 minutes and you could see the sky of Palestine, you would see a sight of wonder. Waves of angels racing to ascend with the souls of the martyrs to Allah in a special celebration. I swear by Allah, wallahi, besides whom there is no God but Him. The sky is filled with the scent of perfume. These people have completed their test in this world, so there is no need for them to stay in this world. Allah has chosen them for paradise. You see the painful images, don't you? But my messenger and your messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam swore by Allah that the martyr will not experience pain except that of a pinch. So just as if I pinch you by the hand, do not fear. I know you are saddened. So remember what the messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam said. No one in this world dies and wishes to return to the world except the martyr. The martyr wishes that they would die for his sake 1,000 times, to keep dying for his sake and come back. I am now seeing things in Gaza that if you saw them with your own eyes, you would die of joy. These martyrs are alive and eternally provided by their sustainer. This is a mother from Gaza who sent this message. So while we fight, also remember where Allah stations our martyrs. The children will not enter Jannah without holding their parents' hand. They will be asked, why will you not enter? And they will say that they are waiting for their parents. So we will continue to fight and stand together, but remember where they stand with Allah.